What's up, guys? It's Vincent here, or Vinny Builds Bricks, and today this is my first ever YouTube video, and this is gonna be a Lego channel. So hopefully you stick around for the ride, and let's see how this first video goes, and maybe we'll continue this maybe in the future. Who knows? So today, for my first ever Lego review, we're going to be reviewing the 2025 Lego Andor U-Wing. It's A+, set number 75399. Like I said, it's the Rebel U-Wing, Cassian Andor's U-Wing. Comes with 4 minifigures. Comes with 594 pieces and retails for $70, I'm pretty sure. This is my first video, so I'm going to kind of maybe freeball it a little bit and see, let's feel it out and see what we do. But first off, first impression with the box. It's a beautiful art design. I love this design. Lego's been kind of really pushing back and changing their design on their boxes, so I really enjoy that they kind of stuck with what they're used to and kind of getting at a little art piece. And then if you've seen Andor Season 2, you know this is a pretty cool set to have if you want to get it. Comes with 4 minifigures: Cassian Andor, Dedra Meero, an ISB agent, and K2SO. I don't really know how I kind of want to do this. It's more of my personal review rather than a actual review of the set. So I might be giving my opinions, and along with some basic knowledge about the set. So let's look at the minifigs first, and then let's see what goes on from there. So first up with our minifigs, I have the ISB agent all set up here. And first off the bat, you can see he's got a regular standard blaster, a shield, and then he's got a little cool hat. And I don't know if you can see in this camera, but you can see on the top of his head, he has the Imperial logo, which I think is pretty cool. They've kind of implemented those in the minifigs you'll see later. But in terms of the actual minifig itself, I think it's a pretty solid minifig. The printing's really nice. You can see the armor on him, along with nothing too crazy on the back though, along with just some pretty standard fig as far as figs go, but I like his hat the best. You can see here, just a one-sided face, just pretty standard minifig. This is probably the least eventful one that I've seen out of the 4. So let's go on to the next minifig and see the next one. And next up on the list, we have Cassian Andor. This Andor minifig is pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to get any Andor minifigs when Rogue One came out 10 years ago. So I was able to pick this one up, so I'm happy to have Cassian a part of the collection of my minifigs. But I think he's a really cool minifig. He's got the, I don't know what type of gun you would call this. This is like a new gun Lego's kind of been making the past, I don't know how many years, but pretty cool, unique blaster for Andor in this set. I like his hairpiece is pretty cool. It matches pretty well with how he looks in the show. His chest piece looks pretty good. It's just pretty standard face with prints, and on the back is pretty good. Nothing too crazy. A little hair, but that's about it. So yeah, there's Andor for you. There is lots of debate on whether buildable droids are considered minifigs in sets, and I think that this minifig is a minifig because of how unique it is compared to, say, the regular B1 battle droids that you get in every set. So this is K2SO. He's just got a regular blaster, and I think he's pretty cool. He's just he's 4 pieces. He's just this whole section, his top head, and his body is 1 piece. He's got legs and then 2 arms. But then as with the ISB agent, you can see he's got the Imperial logo, not Rebel logo, Imperial logo on both sides of his arms, which I think is pretty cool little detail to have to kind of show that he is part of the, or was a part of the Imperials. So I think that's pretty cool that they added that. There's a spot for a back bling right there if you want something up back there. But I think overall his fig is pretty cool. I think it's pretty solid for what you could get with K2SO without being super expensive, getting that $100 buildable K2SO. So I think this is pretty good K2SO if you never got the chance to pick one up during the 2016 Rogue One era. So I say this is definitely a pretty good minifig. Nothing so far has been bad about the set, in my opinion. The other two minifigs are excellent, as well as this one. I think also his chest printing on K2SO is also really cool too. You can see the little blue on the side that kind of shows a little different coloration and different buttons. So next we're going to do the last minifig, and then my personal favorite of the four. By far the coolest minifig in the set, Dedra Meero. She comes with a blaster, but they gave you an extra blaster in the pack, so I gave her both of them because she's that cool. But kind of going off, you can kind of see, if you know from Andor, she always wears like a little coat, trench coat type thing the ISB agents wear. So it's really cool how you can see the detail in the different flaps. Along with, this is not dual molded sets on the legs, but I think the printing does go really well. It kind of shows that she's kind of in the flopping in the wind type thing. And then you can also see she has the Imperial logo on the top of her helmet as well. It's actually a hat. But then what's cool about hers is it's actually a custom piece. So her hair is actually a part of her helmet. And I think that's a pretty cool feature to have for such a significant character in the show. She, along with Andor, have double-sided faces. I didn't really show it because there's not really a reason to kind of give it a little bit of surprise. But if you want to check it out for yourself, I think it's definitely a good fig to have. So let's review the actual set itself, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now it's time to actually review the actual set. So if you're a longtime LEGO fan, you know that LEGO has actually already made one of these in 2016 when Rogue One came out. And it was a little bit bigger than this. I think when it came out, it was $80 when it came out. I think, adjusting for inflation, that's like over $100. So there's definitely, I think that when people say that LEGO's definitely downsizing or shrinkflation, if you want to call it, I think that this is a proof that this is a cheaper set, but also has less pieces. So therefore, it's justifiable for it to be smaller and have less pieces, and not necessarily cheaper or downsizing. But this set is definitely smaller than the 2016 one that, from what I've seen, I do not own the 2016 one, so that's why I have this one. But I think it's pretty cool. Going off, you can, so I guess kind of the first main feature of the U-Wing is that both of the wings come out. I think this is a pretty good proportional size for what you're building. The wings itself are pretty small and narrow compared to the 2016 ones that are a lot bigger. But I think that it works really well. It has a little mechanism, the little ball joint that you can connect in the back to keep it open. Let's see what else. So if you're looking the front, it's got 2 spring-loaded shooters in there, but there's only one button, so they both fire at the same time. I don't want to shoot it at my phone, so I'll shoot it up kind of high. Oh, that went directly to my phone. So, but yeah, they both shoot at the same time, which is pretty cool. Really easy to load. The little mechanism up top is pretty cool. It's a little button that you can push down to fire them both. And as we kind of make our way over the top of the ship, you can see there's the cockpit, and there's actually a little mechanism right here. It's a little button that presses, you can press it in, and it opens the cockpit for you. And one thing that a lot of Lego fans, especially certain fans, like to talk about is printed versus stickers. I think that this set utilized both stickers and printed pieces very well. Stickers are all on the wings. That's what the blue are. But the windshield is a printed piece, which I think is pretty cool. And it shows that you can have a little mixture of both, because stickers are kind of they add to the fun, but sometimes it can be a little tedious. So I'm glad that Lego kind of implemented both. We can work our way down here. Well, in the 2016 one, then in the actual U-Wing that the doors slide backwards, whereas in this set they drop down. I think that's just due to the size of the ship and maybe the limitations Lego had in kind of making this model, but I think it's fine that they drop down. I think it serves both of its purpose too. And you can't fit a minifig standing up, but they can sit down in it. So I think it's really whatever. You're not buying a UCS, so it's not going to be minifig scale. So I understand for that, but it's definitely a great set for that, having display-wise and with them. But if you were to pull both of them out, we can see here what it would kind of look like. I mean, you still got a little bit of room in there to stick one or two, but I don't think anyone's really, or at least for me, is putting them really inside. And I mean, if you're a kid and you're going to want to play with this, obviously, but for people like me who are probably going to be displaying this, probably not necessarily putting the minifigs inside the bottom. And with that being said, let's move on to the back. And I like the engines. I think the engines are really well done, really well designed. They are proportionate to the U-Wing. I think this whole set, is a great model for the U-Wing. I think it's a great Rebel ship. That's a new Disney ship to have. That's pretty desirable, at least now with certain fans. But going back to the quad engines, you can see it's very well designed, how they have the main engine with the secondary engine and with the propulsion showing with the blue little pieces, which I think is really cool. The back does open up. You can't really fit anything back there. I mean, you could maybe shove K2SO back in there, but I mean, with this set too, you're buying it with 2 Rebels and 2 Imperials, so you're not necessarily getting 4 minifigs in here, whether you're putting them in the back or in the bottom compartment here. But if you're getting the 20s, if you want a troop transport, get the 2016 one. It's a lot bigger, and nowadays it's probably a lot more expensive. I'm not really sure what price it is right now. Probably over 150, I would probably say, on wherever you're getting your Legos from. But overall, though, I say that this set is a very well worth set. It was fun building. It was only 4 bags, so it was fun to kind of do a little not crazy fast build, but enough to enjoy yourself while building it, but it's nothing too tedious. I think that's kind of it in terms of everything I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, I mean, this is the first test on my YouTube channel. If this actually ends up getting posted, it hopefully will if I decide to, but hopefully everyone liked this video. I'll be reviewing stuff. I'm building a Marvel set right now, and then I have a cool new set that I still haven't even opened out of the box, so that's probably going to be a while till that happens. But I think for this channel, whatever you want to call it, will be more of my personal reviews for stuff, because I know probably not going to blow up like any of the really big guys, but enough to where I can share my opinions and show my opinions and show my sets that I have. I have a lot of cool variety of mainly Star Wars, some very, very few Marvel, but some Harry Potter sets too. So I'd be interested to kind of maybe show off stuff in the future and maybe go into depth in what I think that Lego did well and what they should continue to do. So hopefully this little passion project of mine will kind of come to fruition. So thank you. Like and subscribe. I guess that's what they say on this platform. So let's see you in the next one.